Assalamualaikum and good evening to Sir Helmi. My name is Muhammad Akmal and this is my group members, which is Nabil, Aiman, Ahmad, Syakir and Muhammad Hazim. Today we would like to conduct an interview session regarding the practice of code ethics in engineering profession. Okay, so before we start, can you please introduce yourself a little, like your name, position, company, years of practice engineering and etc.
Yeah, Assalamualaikum and good evening to all of you. First of all, thank you for inviting for this interview session. Something like I would say is casual only lah. First of all, my name is Engineer Muhammad Helmi bin Maizuddin. My position in this company is associate, and actually this company is on MME consultant. So the name for this company is Urutera Perunding Kuasa Tenaga Sdn Bhd. So I've been working in engineering is more than 10 years already.
Okay, thank you, sir. We will start with the first question. Our first question is: do you aware about practice of code of ethics in engineering profession? And if yes, can you give one example of code ethic in engineering profession?
I don't know whether you're aware or not on the construction process flow. So normally in the construction process flow, they have a consultant, contractor, and also client side. So most probably we as a consultant, I would say is in the middle level, meaning to say we need to liaise to the client and then liaise to the contractor. So they will have something that I would say ethic there that you need to balance up between these two communication. In terms of engineering practice is sometimes you will having difficulty from the instruction from the client itself. An example like instead of you follow everything exactly as per the authority requirement, sometimes client will ask, can we so-called request reduce or whatever thing lah to minimize the cost impact to the client side. But as a professional body of professional engineering, first of all, you need to comply to whatever requirement, especially on the safety matter.
Okay, so for the next question, what is your opinion about what is the importance of practice of code of ethic in your field of work, and did you apply based on your work?
Okay, I think the ethic is not just like apply for the engineering only. Ethic is something that apply to your occupation and also for your daily whatever you do lah. Because this is ethic, it's a so-called your behavior. So it's a correct ethic, meaning is your daily behavior should be in the correct manner also. So I mean, if you're doing correct way in your daily behavior, so it should become a good person. So I mean, you need to reflect that correct behavior in your daily life also. It's not just because of in your duration working hours. I mean, 8 to 5 or 9 to 6, something like that. It should be practiced in your daily life. I would say this is very important. It's not because of your work, because of your behavior. That's my opinion.
Okay. So the next question is, what would you do if you witness a police acting unethically?
I think this is very, I would say, you will foresee this situation. Meaning you will hurt that this guy or receive this thing or this guy or do something like this here and there. But I would say, like I mentioned earlier on the ISO 30001, they will have a term like so-called a whistleblower. This whistleblower is something like when you see something or heard something is not the correct, you need to make sure that communication go through to the correct department or whatever itself in that company to ensure that they taken a proper procedure to execute the process itself.
Next question is, have you ever offered or accept any contract or personal benefit from outside parties? And can you just elaborate your answer?
This question, I would say, when you will be in this position, I mean, related to the contract, when because consultant in construction line, we are called for the tender. We are the one who manage the something like I mentioned earlier is a report. So first thing is is a real case when we prepare a report. There will I receive a phone call saying that, oh, can you give some indication where is our position in the report. I mean, example, company A quote for 10 million, company B 11 million, company C maybe 15 million. So maybe let's say company C is 15, they want to know what is their position and their other competitor to the cost. So if they know their position, in the end, normally client will call all related contractor to ask, can you give your final price? So in that point, they can, instead of 15, I know that the lowest may be probably 10, I can go for 9, something like that. So you need to ensure that this confidential info doesn't leak. I think that for that question.
Okay. Thank you, sir. For next question, what are the consequences to an engineer who doesn't apply codes of ethics in workplace?
So when you working in certain field, let's say on my side is construction field, if you do something or something wrong, in the end, people will talk about it. When you go, because I would say the world is not so big lah for every industry that you're working on. In the end, people will know and people will notice. It's just like we talk behind you, or this guy have been taking here and there. So you have ensure that is your self-development in the correct manner, the correct process. The sequences is one, you step into the improper process. It's hard to stop. I mean, maybe you're doing the wrong or incorrect process today. Probably you're doing again next week, another month, another year. So it continuously. So instead of you starting that, it's better you stop from the beginning.
Okay, thank you, sir. For next question, is there any suggestion from you to improve the implementation of codes of ethics in workplace?
Okay, when we talk about implementation, first thing I would say we need to educate first. So to ensure that people aware of what is the correct. That's why I believe the reason the ISO 13001, the first one is to educate instead of implement. First layer of first procedure should do everybody aware, ensure that it's become a normal practice. So when you educate and people understand that, then it come go to the second process is implementation and the workforce to ensure that enforcement on this what have been educated is been done. I think that for my answer.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for the time and willingness to do the interview with us. The answer is very detailed and it helps a lot. I think that's all for interview today. Thank you, sir.
Okay, no problem. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Sir Firdaus. My name is Muhammad Akmal and this is my group members, which is Nabil, Aiman, Ahmad, Syakir and Hazim, Zulkafli. Today we would like to conduct an interview session regarding the practice of code of ethics in engineering profession. Okay, so before we start with the question, can you please introduce yourself, like your name, position, company, and years of practice engineering and etc.
Okay, so first of all, thank you for this interview. So my name Muhammad Firdaus bin Abdul Hamid, and then my position now as a interface manager at Mudajaya Corporation Berhad, and then year of practicing in professional engineering since 2018. So which means 5 years lah.
Okay, sir. We will start with the question.
Hmm.
Our first question, do you aware about practice of code of ethics in engineering profession? If yes, can you give us one example of code of ethics in engineering profession?
Okay. On to me, the code of ethic is what we call behavior, correct? So means ethic ni, we as example lah, kata we must use the specialist knowledge and training to export to the client lah. And then yang ni pun kita nak kena provide the dekat service to the public.
Okay, sir.
Betul.
For the next question, in your opinion, what is important of practice of code of ethics in our field work?
So ethic ni sebenarnya to avoid any apa panggil like macam rasuah ke, and then kita punya practicing ethic ni satu lagi to avoid any for example failure in design, so macam curi makan ke, lebih kurang macam tu lah. This is ethic in the work lah basically lah.
Okay, sir. So, for the next question is, what will you do if you witness a colleague acting unethically?
So this one lah, so basically kita kena advice lah, and then bagi tahu lah this is unethic punya, macam tu je basically. Takkan kita nak diam je.
Okay, sir. So, next question is, have you ever offered or accept any contract or personal benefit from the outside party?
Sebab kalau kata ni macam rasuah ni, is mana boleh ambil personal benefit. So apa bila task given, so kita nak kena fulfill lah based on what the contract stated lah.
Okay, sir. For the next question, what are the consequences to engineer who doesn't apply codes of ethics in workplace?
Kita as a registered engineer basically benda ni akan apa kata kena kalau ada report akan ada tindakan lah daripada BEM for example. So kita punya professional cert ni akan kena tarik lah, lebih kurang macam tu lah. So maknanya yang ni pun kena refer dekat kita punya code of conduct, ada dalam code of conduct dalam BEM punya regulations.
Okay, sir. For the last question, is there any suggestion from you to improve the implementation of codes of ethics in workplace?
To me, benda tu depend pada diri sendiri. Kalau orang nak bagi rasuah, you ambil, dan benda tu jadi unetik lah. To me, sebab etik ke apa ke itu apa panggil peribadi. So kalau you all pun tak boleh nak control ataupun nak duit banyak, so then benda tu akan jadi unetik lah. So kalau you pun nak terima rasuah, so then benda tu unetik lah. So kalau kata ada, sebab dalam kita punya government pun rasuah pun memanglah dah kalau kata benda tu apa panggil apa, tertangkap ataupun ada report, so itu memang ada tindakan daripada pihak government. Kalau you tak terima, so benda tak jadi pun. Itu je kot saya punya pandangan.
I think that's all for our interview. Thank you very much for the time and willingness to do an interview with us. It helps a lot.
Okay. Assalamualaikum.